Hey there, YouTube. It's been a while. Sorry about that. I've been busy doing stuff, and I'll catch up. You saw this last video. It's coming along. As I said, every paycheck, I try to grab a roll of filament because this takes a lot of filament. It's going to take like 5-6 kilograms of filament to make this whole big ass thing. And here we go. We're just rocking and rolling along here. It's been a good change. I'm glad to report. I desperately needed a therapist, and not only do I have a therapist, I have one that's really good for me, and I have some things that you maybe need to hear. And they're tough. They're tough pills to swallow, but they're good. I promise you that if you take this information I give you and you actually apply it, you may thank me for it. You probably don't want to hear it. It's very likely if you're dealing with things like I want to deal, you're not going to want to hear this. It's a tough fucking pill to swallow, but I promise you, I'm coming from experience and things that I've learned here. And if you're dealing with a lot of tough things in life, which who isn't these days? Like, we're all getting our asses kicked by life, right? It's really this fucking simple. There's a lot of complex pieces, which I'll be glad to talk to you about if you have any further questions. And if you get a chance to get a therapist and you're dealing with tough shit, go get yourself a therapist. Because, man, if you get a good one that can really help you, it'll change everything. It's changing everything for me. And you have to understand this. Our subconscious mind is a little bitch, and it is a problem for us all the time because there are many mechanisms in our brain that don't serve us, that damage us, and we have to recognize that and grab the wheel. And we're going to talk about grabbing the wheel today. There are literally two groups of stuff that you have in your life to deal with. There's shit you have no control over, and there's shit you have control over. It's that fucking simple. The shit you have control over, and this is nothing new and amazing. I know I'm basically touching on stoicism, so forgive me if you're already a student, but the shit that you can't do anything about, there's no point in getting fucking wound up about it. It doesn't do you any good. I was recently almost taken into a really awesome program to deal with my PTSD issues, but yesterday I got denied for that program after being assured time and time again I was a poster child for this program, and I was very excited. And I was really banking a lot on that. So when I tell you I got a call yesterday to say that I was denied for this fucking program, there was nothing I could do about it because the appeals process has already happened and been shut down for some bullshit. I would normally be on the floor just fucking destroyed because I was so banking on the things I was going to do during that. But you know what? Yesterday I didn't, and it's a testament to how awesome my therapist has been for me to teach me the things that I have needed to learn, and I'll share with you what I can share with you because I know not everybody can go to a therapist. And even if you don't go to a therapist, this is good stuff to know. Like I said, there's two fucking categories of things: the stuff that you can do anything about and stuff that you can't. And this is a very confusing thing for people to understand because it's very easy for your mind to tell you that there is shit out of your control that is in your control. But the fact of the matter is, your brain will do that shit to you to fuck you up. And you need to teach yourself to learn what you actually can control, what you actually can't control. Very often, if you're like me, your fucking shitty self-esteem will tell you that I can't control this. And it's not true. You need to check your shit. You need to check your self-esteem. There are activities and things that you can do to ask yourself, like, what is this gut feeling that you'll probably have an idea if you have bad self-esteem. If not, you can ask me about it and we can talk about it. But if you have bad self-esteem, that son of a bitch will fuck you up and will get in your way. And it'll tell you, I can't do things. But that is a lie. You are telling yourself a lie. If you have bad self-esteem, it's something that has to be worked on. And if you do work on it, you'll recognize I can do a lot more than I could do. It was a matter of my self-esteem was making me lie to myself and tell me that certain things went in the category of can't control when they really belong in the category of didn't want to own and control. And I told you this is going to be a tough pill to swallow. And you have to figure that out. I can't give you that answer. You have to do soul searching. You have to really ask yourself, because you may find that when you start to conquer that son of a bitch of bad self-esteem, that there's a lot of things that are going to go in the category of, actually, I can control it. I can do it. I've learned this a lot lately. I learned how to do fucking basic plumbing yesterday in about 15 minutes. And old me would have been just chicken shitted out and be like, I can't do it, and give up. But I told myself, no, this is something I can control. It's something I can do. Believe in yourself, you fucker. And I did it. And I'm proud of myself. And it's been little moments like that to teach me what actually is and is not in my control. There are things that you think are not in control, that you're not in control of, that, again, like I said, you actually are able to. And then it just becomes a question of willpower. How bad do you want whatever these things are that you want? I want to make a life for myself that is different from the way my life has been. And I'm willing to do whatever I have to do. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sorting that list out, and I'm finding a lot more things go into that you can control it that go into you can't control. I can't control the fact that I got denied for that program. So fuck that program for me. Time to move on with life. And frankly, I'm doing pretty okay without it. Like, I'm very proud of myself for this growth, man. And there's a lot of shit that falls in that category. You really need to really face up, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm really facing what goes in that I can't do anything about a category. All I can work on right now is myself, and digging deep and asking myself these deep questions of, like, what do I want to change about myself? And that's in the category of things I can control. And then you have to learn, how do you fix that? I'm learning how to fix that. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, it's sometimes like the simplest advice. And it's kind of like, I'll give you another example, is like losing weight, right? Right now, that's not my top priority, but I'm doing it a little bit, and that's fine. And losing weight for a lot of people is telling yourselves you can't when you just won't. Because I promise, I swear to God, and hate me if you want, but it really is a matter of calories in versus calories out. There's a lot of other little factors that have minor significance, but if that weren't true, like, people who had no food would not starve to death. I mean, really think about it, okay? And I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard. Being hungry fucking sucks, and it takes the toughest willpower to fight that. But it can be done, I promise. I'm not saying it's not hard. It is hard. I'm not going to lie and say that it's easy. Otherwise, everyone would just lose weight. Okay? You see what I'm saying here? Most of life falls in this category of, like, it may seem like you can't do these things. They're just really fucking hard. But if you want it bad enough, you'll find a lot more things go into the can control than the can't control. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope this helps somebody. I hope somebody needed to hear this, and this was the thing they needed to hear. And I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope that today is better than yesterday. That's it. See y'all later.